What I wanted to talk with you about is taking a child out of state without getting the other parent's permission or court's permission. I've had this come up a few times in the last couple of months, and it most often comes up when people have not been married and they share children in common. In my experience, it often happens when, a mother decides to relocate the children to another state or another place. And that kind of leaves the dad holding the bag high and dry. I have had one situation where the dad took the children out of state without permission. There's different ways of looking at this. Like in Arizona, a lot of times people say, hey, well, you're the mother, paternity rights haven't been established for the father. You can do whatever you want. And in some cases I've had, it's worked out for the mother to do that, to just take the kids. But I will tell you, more often than not, it hasn't worked out for the mother, especially if the father has had a relationship with the children and been involved with the children. And in the cases where it hasn't worked out, it's been really bad for the mothers. And I had a mother a couple of months ago who she took the kids out of state. And what ended up happening was she lost decision-making over the children. And the children went to live with father full-time because the judge was so absolutely angry with her for relocating the children without his permission and without court permission. And the judge has been holding it against her for years. So, I guess I am not necessarily an envelope pusher, and my preference is to ask for court permission before making big moves like that. If I were faced with that situation, or I had a family member faced with that situation, or I had a client coming to me, I would probably say, rather than just move, like, we really need to go to the court and put this in front of the court. What does that mean? That means, yes, you're going to be stuck in litigation. It's going to be drawn out. There's going to be a cost emotionally and financially if you choose to get an attorney, and you may lose and you may not be able to relocate. But I feel like, you have gone through the right steps. You've done it the right way. You've done the right, you've proceeded through the right channels. I think it would be worse, in my opinion, to just do it, because some people have the philosophy, better to ask for forgiveness than ask for permission. It's easier to ask for forgiveness than ask for permission. In some cases, if the judge is going to hold it against you for the rest of your children's minority, I just don't know that it's worth it. But this is a decision that you have to make. I'm just sharing my experience with you because, if you're a mother who's thinking of relocating with your children and you're thinking about doing it without court permission because there's never been court orders established, I would say consult with an attorney wherever you're located and deciding whether that's the best thing to do. Because sometimes it does work out. And maybe there's, judges in other states who don't take the viewpoint that the judge that I just described does. But in my opinion, it's just not worth potentially having the judge hold it against you forever and potentially losing custody and parenting time. Certainly if you are married and you are going through a divorce, there's no question in my mind that you got to jump through the hoops. That's a little different situation than when two parents have never been married. So I don't know. I hope that makes sense. Hope you guys, hope that helps somebody.